wants to be the child of the father that is out here hurting women and children.
I am not no demon, I'm no devil, I'm no criminal.
No one can deny that R. Kelly was once a titan in the global music industry. He was, and probably still is, one of the most influential R&B artists of all time. At the peak of his career, this guy had nicknames like the King of R&B, the King of Pop Soul, and the Pied Piper of R&B. But all of that fame, power, and reverence came crashing down like a house of cards in 2019 when very disturbing revelations came to light about the once-beloved singer. R. Kelly was convicted of charges related to racketeering and trafficking, and a culture descended on him faster than a lightning flash during a rainstorm. Today, R. Kelly's music is barely played on the radio or in public, and any discussions of him usually center around his various crimes. And it appears things are only getting worse for the disgraced singer. Because a spine-chilling revelation has come to light, one which is arguably more damning than what he is currently serving time for. Kelly's own daughter has now come forth to accuse him of sexually assaulting her when she was a child in a new documentary. How did a man who once captivated the entire planet with his angelic voice end up here? And how do these disturbing new allegations influence our understanding of R. Kelly's meteoric rise and devastating fall? In today's video, we will delve deeper into these questions and many more. But first, it is important to go back to where it all started, the origins of the man, R. Kelly. The making of R. Kelly. Robert Sylvester Kelly, popularly known as R. Kelly, was born on January 8, 1967 in Chicago, Illinois. His biological father was a complete no-show in his life, and rumor has it that he later fathered 2 children. His mother, Joanne, was a school teacher and a devout member of the Baptist Church. When R. Kelly was about 5 years old, Joanne married a man named Lucius, who reportedly worked for an airline. Young R. Kelly grew up in the famous Ida B. Wells public housing project in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood. His upbringing was anything but luxurious. The Kelly family, which included R. Kelly's 4 other siblings, grew up in a bare house with a single table and 2 chairs. But despite these harsh circumstances, it was crystal clear that young R. Kelly was interested in music. Indeed, he started singing in his church choir at the tender age of 8 and pursued music even further while attending a local high school called Kenwood Academy. While there, his music teacher, Madam Lena McLinn, recognized the young man's talent and encouraged him to pursue a career in singing, promising him that if he did, he would one day become a big star. In his teenage years, R. Kelly reportedly sang for tips from strangers at train stops with his portable keyboard.
My body's telling me yes, baby.
It is crucial to note that R. Kelly had dyslexia, which made reading and writing quite difficult for him. This is why his passion for music drove him so much that he was so focused on refining his skills as a singer and songwriter. Kelly eventually broke into the music industry following the formation of his group Public Announcement in 1991. The group released an album in 1992 containing several hits, but it was his 1993 solo album, 12 Play, that really made him a star. His voice was smoother than anything most people had heard, and he knew how to project it through a mixture of soul, gospel, and hip-hop influences, making him a very unique talent in the saturated music scene. Consequently, over the years, R. Kelly was able to build a strong reputation as a talented songwriter and producer, working with numerous artists and creating many chart-topping hits like Step in the Name of Love, I Believe I Can Fly, Same Girl,
Man, we've been messing with the same girl.
Ignition, and You Saved Me. R. Kelly sold 75 million records globally during his recording career, making him one of the most commercially successful artists of all time. Over the course of 25 years, Kelly won 110 awards from 274 nominations, including 3 Grammy Awards, 6 American Music Awards, 6 Billboard Awards, and 8 Soul Train Music Awards. Based on his huge success as a musician, it is easy to assume R. Kelly successfully overcame the effects of his harsh upbringing and made something good out of himself, right? Well, sadly not. It is important to highlight that R. Kelly had a disturbing childhood. His mother and father were heavy drinkers, so Kelly and his brothers were often beaten. Also, when he was just 14, R. Kelly was shot in the arm while riding a bicycle. But it gets worse. R. Kelly has revealed in interviews that he was sexually abused by an older female family member when he was still young. Could these traumatic childhood experiences be largely responsible for producing the R. Kelly we know and hate now? His lawyer actually argued along these lines, emphasizing that Kelly was exposed to so much trauma as a child that it led to hypersexual behavior, forcing the troubled singer to commit many acts he was not proud of. The beginning of the end. How did R. Kelly, one of the most celebrated musicians of all time, end up as a disgraced criminal? The beginning of his eventual downfall started in 2019, but what many people do not know is that his troubling pattern of behavior hinting at his darker side started much earlier. Indeed, did you know that R. Kelly has been repeatedly accused of sexual abuse from 1991 to 2018 and has been investigated by the Chicago Sun-Times for these allegations since August 2000? Do you remember the famous Tiffany Hawkins case? He was prosecuted on child porn charges in 2002, but was controversially acquitted on all charges in 2008. His downfall started with the release of a documentary titled Surviving R. Kelly in January 2019, detailing all sexual abuse allegations against him. He was arrested in February 2019 and charged with 10 counts of aggravated including allegations that he abused 4 women, 3 of whom were minors, between 1998 and 2010. In July 2019, he was indicted in Illinois and Brooklyn on charges like trafficking and obstruction of justice. In 2021, Kelly was found guilty of racketeering, and in 2022, he was found guilty and sentenced to 20 years behind bars. As of 2023, he is serving a 31-year combined sentence at FCI Butner Medium. His reputation irreparably shattered. But things only get worse for Kelly, as his own daughter has now come forth in a shocking documentary to accuse her father of sexual abuse. R. Kelly, a monster to his own children. On October 11, 2024, a new 2-episode documentary titled R. Kelly's Karma, A Daughter's Journey aired on the TVEI streaming network. There wasn't much hype in the build-up to this documentary's airing. After all, we all thought we had heard all there was to hear about the R. Kelly case. But boy, were we wrong? This new documentary is so damning that it might even rival Surviving R. Kelly. This is because R. Kelly's daughter, Buku Abi, spoke out publicly for the first time about the alleged abuse she suffered at the hands of her father when she was young. R. Kelly was married to actress Andrea Lee from 1996 to 2009, and they had Buku Abi, originally born Joanne Kelly, in 1998, a daughter Ja in 2000, and Robert Jr. in 2002. Buku Ann also touched on the struggles she faced after the abuse. I really feel like that 1 millisecond completely just changed my whole life and changed who I was as a person and changed the sparkle I had and the light I used to carry, she said. After I told my mom, I didn't go over there anymore. My brother, Robert, and sister, Ja, we didn't go over there anymore. And even up until now, I struggle with it a lot, she added. But what did R. Kelly have to say about all of this? Did he admit to it? Did he confess? Well, in typical R. Kelly fashion, he didn't. Mr. Kelly vehemently denies these allegations, Kelly's lawyer, Jennifer Bonjean, of the New York City-based Bonjean Law Group, said in a statement to People.com. His ex-wife made the same allegation years ago, and it was investigated by the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services and was unfounded. And the filmmakers, whoever they are, did not reach out to Mr. Kelly or his team to even allow him to deny these hurtful claims. The statement concludes. Did we as a society actually contribute to the monster that is R. Kelly today? It might be very unsettling to contemplate, but to a very large extent, yes. Mind you, R. Kelly was abused as a child growing up, and that wasn't his fault. But it doesn't stop there. In fact, the public and the music industry played significant roles in ensuring that R. Kelly's behavior went unchecked for several years. Throughout his rise to fame, this man was hit with multiple allegations of sexual misconduct, but somehow all of these allegations seemed to just roll off his back without causing any dent in his career and barely scratching his reputation. What does it say about our society when we often ignore the misdeeds of celebrities until it is too late? For many years, R. Kelly hid behind his power, riches, and fame like a shield, deflecting all criticisms and accusations. He leveraged his celebrity status to manipulate everyone around him, creating a network of people who, willingly or unwillingly, facilitated his sick behavior. Therefore, we must all ask ourselves, how complicit were we as a society in building the tall pedestal from which he fell? Sexual abuse is a real thing. We all know that because the grim statistics are there as proof. In America alone, 1 in 9 girls and 1 in 20 boys under the age of 18 experience sexual abuse or assault. 82% of all victims under 18 are female. Furthermore, girls aged 16 to 19 are 4 times more likely than the general population to be victims of rape, attempted rape, or sexual assault. And generally, society has not been historically kind to victims of sexual assault who come forward to speak. They are either met with outright denial, or, in the case of Buku Ann, would have to face statute of limitations laws that protect abusers from facing the music. Many people are also quick to point fingers at people who come forth accusing celebrities of sexual abuse, accusing them of being gold diggers who are simply desperate to make easy money. Indeed, high-profile cases like that of R. Kelly not only expose the shortcomings of individuals, but also the flaws in society's general treatment of survivors. And so the bravery it takes for survivors like Kelly's daughter Buki Abi to come forward with her story should not be overstated. Her bravery will likely motivate other survivors of sexual abuse who are too scared to emerge from the shadows to come forward and share their stories, which is a good thing because many abusers will finally be exposed. To be fair to us as a society, we are fast evolving on such issues because the conversation around sexual abuse has shifted monumentally in recent times. These days, we have the Me Too movement and other campaigns that encourage survivors of sexual assault to boldly share their stories in a space that makes them feel heard, believed, and supported. But still, more can be done to improve on this. So, where do we go from here? Is R. Kelly's career really dead right now, or is there some path to redemption for him? Will Buku Abi ever get the justice she rightly deserves, and is R. Kelly's time in prison a really fitting punishment for what he did to his many victims? As the Kelly family and the rest of the world grapple with these shocking revelations, the answers to these questions remain unknown. But what we do know for sure is that R. Kelly's fall from grace is a harrowing tale of talent overshadowed by perversion, of a legacy forever destroyed by abuse and betrayal. We also know history will not be kind to R. Kelly. Yes, he gave us all some unforgettable tunes, but the pain he inflicted on those closest to him might define his legacy forever. And most importantly, we know it is crucial to listen to and support survivors of abuse, ensuring that everyone's story is heard and never silenced by power, money, fame, and outdated laws. If you enjoyed our video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with all the tea in the entertainment industry. Until next time, it's bye for now.